freedom of the press may seem like an abstract concept, something very vague.
What does it really mean?
It means that you have the information to make up your mind and to speak out.
Press freedom protects journalists like me. That is true. But it's actually so much more than that, because press freedom is your freedom.
Let me tell you why. Freedom of expression
Is one of our fundamental human rights.
Written down in the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights.
It says everyone has a right to freedom of opinion and expression.
This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference.
And to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas
through any media and regardless of frontiers.
And let me tell you about my country. In Poland, we have a limitation of press freedom. The government took control over state media, which now broadcast pure propaganda, and the private media under severe political and economical pressure by this government.
In 2018, within a month, 648 people were detained over social media posts criticizing government's policy and military operations in Syria, and they were not only journalists.
The constant harassment of Nigerian journalists for doing their job is a limit to civil society, and it limits the ability of society to hold government to account.
here in the United States, the freedom of the press means that if you work for taxpayers, chances are your work emails are public records. And that has enabled plenty of journalists to uncover areas of corruption and conflicts of interest that never would have otherwise been discovered.
Here in Kenya, press freedom allows the citizens to make informed decisions, especially during elections.
This March, 3 Indian journalists covering sand mining were run over by a vehicle. They were murdered. And they were murdered because they were exposing the activity of illegal extraction of sand, from which many people profited. And those people did not want the public to know that the public's money was being stolen.
I live in one of the most dangerous countries to work as a journalist around the world. And I have witnessed how self-censorship and the lack of justice in our institutions have caused many deaths and many of my colleagues to be exiled.